Boys, let me tell you something. I was working on my Dream Mirror Cog video, which I did hit. I am now a Dream Mirror Orchest Cog enthusiast, but I had to take a bit of a break in the meantime because, well, turns out they released a fantastic new F2P free-to-play deck, especially if you're a new player or if you have a new account. This is, in my opinion, the best deck that you can get, and you realistically only have like 2 more days to get it. I think this current event ends, and I am, yes, talking about Speedroids. Now, we just had Damage Step. Let's go over the numbers for Damage Step. This is the top 32 from Damage Step, and as you can see, besides Orchest completely sweeping the tournament, Speedroids, they were in 3rd place at 3 entries, which to me indicates that if this deck can do well in tournaments, it can do well in ladder, it can do well to get your King of Games, whatever you need, and because Orchest is so overwhelmingly at top, this is probably what you're going to see at KC Cup as well. So Orchest, almost for sure, for definite, is going to get massive, massive nerfs going into next month, where something like Speedroid or Rocket, I don't think they're going to be seeing many nerfs with this type of breakdown, if we see any numbers similar to that in KC Cup. So, Speedroids, specifically, what are we talking about here? Let's look at the deck list. You do need Yugioh unlocked, and you do need to level him to at least level 20 to get all the cards and skills required to play this, in my opinion. You do also need to go through the mini box 3 times total. The major cards you need out of the mini box is going to be Wind, the Wind Channeler, and this little Speedroid Taken Tomberg guy, okay? Now, in my opinion, getting 3 win is what makes this deck super, super, super good. If you have only 2 win, the consistency goes down a little bit and it gets a little shaky. You can get away with running only 2 of this guy. I don't have a 3rd one. I think even if I had a 3rd one, I'd still run 2 just for extra spaces to run my tech cards. But triple win definitely feels like the way to go here. It is a mini box. Yes, I know you have to go through the mini box 3 times, but in my opinion, going through a mini box 3 times is still extremely free to play, especially when in the end of the day, these are the only 2 cards that are really expensive from the said mini box. So, there you go. It's still super inexpensive. I did this with free-to-play gems. I essentially built this deck in 2 days, and the second day was just mostly waiting for the dream tickets. The Terror Top, that comes from the character level up rewards. This guy, I don't remember where he comes from, if I'm being totally honest. Oh, okay, you get him from the Speed Duel Turbo Duelist Award. You don't even need to run this card. Honestly, I'm thinking of cutting it. Triple of the double Yo-Yo. This is just a rare from the pack. It got repackaged in the new box. Same with the Din Daiko Dukes. All these are super inexpensive cards, and the dice as well. You need to play one of these dice to make sure your skill is live. Speaking of the skill, what does this skill do specifically? This skill does 2 things, and they can both be activated on the same turn. You can send a tutor monster to your graveyard, which is huge because that enables a lot of your yo-yo plays and whatnot, and kind of enables you to begin your turn. And then your second one allows you to summon a dice for free once you get Clear Wing Synchro on the field, which just immediately, if you get Clear Wing Synchro, boom, you can go into any level 8 monster that this deck can produce. Now, there is also the hidden effect of returning a Synchro monster and summoning a Clear Wing for a potential OTK lethal play, but those are very niche situations. Most of the time, you're going to be using this skill to set up your initial board or to OTK going turn 2, because this deck does it all. This deck has a turn 1 and it has a turn 2, and we'll talk about those as we get into the replays of this deck. Book of Moon, you can get Book of Moons with your dream tickets. I chose to go for 2 Book of Moons and 1 Harpy/Lady. You can also just do triple Book of Moon, and then when you get your SR tickets, get Forbidden Chalice. I want to get Harpy/Lady as a decent out to Dingirsu and everything else in the metagame, but you can also get just triple Forbidden Chalice, and then because this deck has an explosion mechanism with high Speedroid Kite Drake. You could just do that and combo with Forbidden Chalice to clear the board. Cosmic Cyclone, you get these cards essentially for free thanks to the new gem chips system that they've added. And because this is one of those decks that actually comes with a bundle, you can get 3 Cosmic Cyclone for free instead of just the 2 Cosmic Cyclone for free. Because you're going to be spending gems buying the box anyway, you may as well buy the bundle that also gives you the chips to get a free Cosmic Cyclone. It just makes it much more cheaper than other decks in your area, while still getting you those good staple cards like Cosmic Cyclone. And then after that, I pretty much had chips left over, so I bought a Forbidden Chalice and a Speed Recovery with the 50% gem sale. Speed Recovery, I'm honestly thinking of also cutting it. It's not that huge. And then Chalice you can get with Dream Tickets later on if you really want. You don't have to go to the 50% gem sale. It's just, this is a brand new account and I have nothing else to spend my gems on. I said, why the hell not? Let's go for it. Crystal Wing, that just comes with the bundle. Again, the bundle gives you card packs, which you need triple of the win, I think, to make this deck work. Double win just doesn't feel as good as triple win, so you may as well get the bundles while you're there. High Speedroid Kited Drake, this is probably the hardest card to get because you have to farm for it. You're guaranteed to get this card if you farm enough of the event, but it can randomly drop as well. I got lucky and was able to farm this in one day, didn't have to spend too much time on it, so there you go. Kite Drake is huge. Very good card. It's better than Black Rose Dragon. It can destroy everything on the field. You can also negate the effects of all face-up cards in your opponent controls if you're getting floodgated, but most of the time, you're going to be popping everything on the field for a turn 2 OTK. You summon this on turn 1 to negate your opponent. You summon this on turn 2 to absolutely destroy everything on the field. Harpy Slash Lady, again, I used my Dream Ticket to get this card, but you can do triple Book of Moon and then put another Forbidden Chalice in here and just skip the Harpy Slash Lady altogether. Not required at all in my opinion, but I enjoy having her. She gives me a little bit more options to play the game with. Clear Wing Synchro Dragon for our skill, so we can easily go into our level 8 monsters with no problem. High Speed Roy Shabara, this is also in the new box as an SR, as a 1-of. If you're going for 3 win and 2 Tom, you're going to get this card, so it's just a fantastic card to enable OTKs, to attack twice. Really good card. Psyframe Lord Zeta, this is a rare, again, 50% gem sale. I was easily able to obtain this card. It's a rare, so it shouldn't be too bad to get with the 50% gem sale. Very consistently you can set up a board where you have both Crystal Wing and Zeta in the same turn, and he's just really good in the Link era meta where he can take out those attack position monsters before people can combo with them. And then I'm playing the High Speed Roid Hakagota, which is actually really good in the mirror because during either player's turn you can tribute this card, increase the level of all monsters in the field, which can mess up Synchro and Xyz plays that your opponent may potentially have, and you can keep resummoning this guy if you have a tuner monster on your field, which lets you do some further plays if you want to do that. I don't have a single Link card on this account yet. That's the next thing I'll probably work on. This probably will be the next Rise to Cog account that I do, assuming Speedroid isn't super popular and the views still come in for the deck, if you know what I'm talking about. So I'll probably get a Link deck and probably toss in another Synchro card in here. But just for now, there was no reason. I had the Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon from the free structure deck, so while I was leveling up the account, I just summoned him to free up the extra space, so I got 2 extra zones, one for Synchro summoning and one for Xyz summoning. I just haven't gotten my Link summon one yet, so there you go. Super easy to build this deck. It took me less than a day. It took me just a day to build the deck, and then the second day was just spending Dream Tickets to further build the deck. All you have to do is unlock the Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5 World, and then do the Yugioh event until episode 3 in order to unlock it. Huge. Now, let me show you guys a few of the replays that I have on here. 2 replays specifically that I have. One where I go first, and then one where where I OTK someone by going second. Because this deck can do it both. It's fine going second, it's fine going first. It doesn't really matter. The biggest problem I've run into with this game is heavy back row. Heavy back row decks do cuck you a little bit, so make sure to pick up those Cosmic Cyclones. Because you're a combo deck. You don't want to get destroyed by someone just spamming you with back row. So here we go. We're going to go first here. You can see this is a pretty good hand to use our skill at. Our skill makes our deck hyper consistent. By using it, we're able to send away a tuner to the graveyard. We're going to send away the Speedroid Din Daiko Duke. This allows my normal summon Speedroid double Yo-Yo to summon him back. Immediately go into the Clear Wing Synchro. We're going to use the second part of our skill here. Bring out the dice, keep it at level 1. Boom, bam. Immediately, we already have a Crystal Wing Dragon for a monster negate on the board, and we still have our whole turn to keep going. Now, what I should have done here is special summon the Speedroid Tom, and then summon the Speedroid Muki Fudoshi Piper, whatever the hell its name is, using the effect of Duke. However, I kind of mess up a little bit and summon this first. This guy lets you excavate cards from your deck and then add one to your hand. I ended up excavating a recovery, which I wanted anyway, but to get the most amount of excavates to see what you have in your deck to potentially pull more back row to mess with your opponent, you want to make sure to get as many monsters in the field before summoning this guy in order to do it. So slight misplay from me here. It's okay, not a big deal. Go ahead, we get the speed recovery to the hand, we summon the Tom. That's a Zeta right there, and if I used high speed recovery, I can actually make a Harpy Slash as well by bringing back the dice if I really wanted to, but I wanted to stay on just the Zeta and Crystal Wing. I thought that would be better with the Chalice. My opponent literally ends up using all of his resources to try and stop me, because this is a very oppressive board for his deck. Both of these monsters are huge problems. He clears out 2 of my cards, does not clear out my Crystal Wing, so simply put, the Donkey comes out, I negate it, and that's the end of the duel. He really had no options. He takes out the Crystal Wing. I still have my Zeta, which would have prevented his plays. He takes out, he doesn't take out Chalice. I negate with whatever, with my Chalice. Not much as my opponent could do in that situation. Another duel that we have here where I go second and I don't go first, so I can't set up a huge negate board, is this one. This is actually a really cool duel because I even get Droll and Locked Bird on my turn, and we still manage to OTK our opponent. So in we go. Our opponent is playing freaking Element Sabers. What on earth? Uses still has 1 card in hand. He's still good to go. We search for a card. We search for the Terror Top. He uses Droll and Locked Bird. Now when I summon Terror Top, I'm not going to be able to add any more cards from my deck to my hand. So what I have in my hand is how we're going to try and win this duel. So we go in, Droll and Locked Bird, that's fine. Terror Top, I still want to use it for material. Triple summon here. We've got the Taken Bird, the Terror Top, and the Car Turbo. When I use this card, the Taken Tom, I can only special summon wind monsters for the rest of the turn. So cards like the Zeta, which is a light, I can no longer summon. So just be aware if you're playing non-wind synchro monsters, but just be aware that if you use this effect, you're locked in. The Car Turbo, you can still summon those monsters, you just can't use their effect for that turn. That's the only thing. So we go in, we special summon the Piper. With the Piper, we go in, boom, Clear Wing. With Clear Wing, we activate our skill, bring out the level 1, boom. High Speed Roid Kite. His back row could not stop me at this point. We explode the board. His back row ended up being, let's see, his back row ended up being Cosmic Cyclones, which he probably got free to play. We go for the High Speed Roid at this point, and there you go, GG. There you go. You can't do anything about it. So, very, very, very strong deck. This video is a little bit rushed out because, again, the event ends in 2 days. If you are a free-to-play player, I highly recommend you get this deck. If you don't have enough gems or resources, I would even go as far as to say make a brand new account and keep this on that new account, because you only have so many days left. And if your deck isn't as good as this deck, you get so many free resources right now. 3 dream tickets, 3 free gem chips, the whole bunch of free gems to buy 3 of this mini box. I really can't think of a better time to start Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links and actually have a good competitive deck where you don't have to, you have to go get triple, compulse or whatever to actually play the game. You can, don't get me wrong, you can go into selection box, you can get the triple compulse if you really wanted to keep adding to this deck, but this is a fantastic start, and you could even take this deck all the way into tournaments, and you could probably win like a main phase or a battle phase with this style of deck. So there you go, boys. Just a quick little video talking about the new Speedroids, how I think it's the best new free-to-play deck. Leave your comments down below. I'm gonna go back to working on that Dream Mirror video, so thank you.